What's up, guys? My name is Dante and thank you very much for watching this video. Today I'm going to tell you how to go through the holiday season without feeling stressed. Now, I recommend using this skill throughout the year, throughout our lives, but the truth is that for most people, when this time of year comes around, more stress comes with it. And so first, before I get into it, I want to notice what stress is. And for me, the way I look at it is stress is just like a ghost. Stress is as real as I make it. Stress, there's nothing about it that needs to be a part of my life, but for some reason in my head, I make it that way. I make it a part of my life. So first step for me when I feel stressed, because the truth is that at some point I do get stressed out, and the question is, how quick can I recognize it and use this skill? Now for me, and in my experience, I realize that stress is coming from some part of me that is feeling fearful of something. And if I can recognize what that fear is and what part of my life it's affecting, I can get over it. And it is not, as I've said before, ignoring it and acting as if it's not there, because the reality and the truth is that stress feels very real and to a certain extent is very real, right? It is as real as we make it, as I said before. So once I notice what part of my life this fear is coming from, which is causing the stress, and I'll say around the holiday season in the past I've recognized that it either comes from this place of feeling like I can't give my family the things that they want as gifts, or from being around my family and not being the person who I feel everybody wants me to be. It's this fear of being judged, and that's where most of my fears come from, and that's where most of my stress was coming from as well. And until I recognized that and thought about that, there was no chance that I could ever get over it. And once again, when I say get over or let go, I'm not saying ignoring it. I'm saying looking at that fear, recognizing that the stress is there, and then accepting who I am right now as I am, and not wishing that I was different, not hoping that people would look at me differently, but that is accepting the way my life is now and letting go of those fears. I had been told this before. This skill had been told to me, and the thought that came up for me was, well, that's very easily said. It's easy to say that I should just let go of my fears, but it's much harder in practice, and that is the truth. That's the way that I felt. That's the way that most people feel when I explain this skill to them. And I want you to know that if you're experiencing that, you're on the right track. I wish all of these skills that I was talking about were easy, and I wish they came overnight. But the truth is that they do take practice. It does take time to be able to let go of fears, to let go of those stresses in life. But if we don't learn this skill, it's almost like we are doomed. It's like we are going through life always feeling stressed. I had to ask myself if that was something I wanted, or if I wanted to find a way out. I had noticed in my life that every skill I'd obtained came through hard work. That I hadn't gotten anything in life that wasn't through hard work that I wanted to keep. That wasn't something I considered was good. The truth is that these good skills, these skills that really affect the way our lives go, take time and they take practice. So let me say again, if you're trying to do this, if you're trying to look at your fears, to look at your stresses, the things in your life that are causing you stress, and let them go, and it's not easy for you, I want to say that you are on exactly the right path. You're right where you're supposed to be. And after a month or 2 months of doing this, you'll realize that it becomes easy to let go of those stresses. It becomes easy to familiarize yourself with those things that you're fearful of, to look at them, and to accept that that's the way they are now, and to work on them. After practicing this skill for a period of time, I got over my old fears. New ones came up, and I got over those. And new ones came up, and it's just the progression of life. But what's amazing is that every time I was able to look at a fear and get over it, I grew as a person. I felt more confident in my ability to help other people through their fears. Because the truth is that many people that I'm around are fearful of the same things that I am. And that if I can teach myself how to work through them, then I may be able to help another person. And that's the question that is asked of me most constantly by the world is, how are you helping other people? What are you trying to do for other people? By working on myself, I'm able to help people work on themselves. It's truly the gift of life. So for this week, I ask, don't run away from your fears. Don't turn your back on them, but look at them square. Understand them, familiarize yourself with them, and try to let them go. Try to accept the world the way it is. If you do that, I promise you'll feel less stressed. Thanks you very much for watching this video, and we'll see you next time.